Guatemala, Russia, Kazakhstan, Israel, and the referee from Bulgaria is Maria Kavakia.
LIJESEVIC with wins against Bakit Toktasunulu of Kyrgyzstan and Nikita Neistat of Finland, both by unanimous decision. So LIJESEVIC in the red, representing Montenegro. Salgado MNE in the blue. He became his country's first European youth champion, LIJESEVIC, when he won that for Montenegro in 2020. This being conducted a very close quarter so far, right from the very, very start. Just leaning on. Both of them trying to find a little bit of room if they can. Good jab there from Salgado. He does have a solid jab. Bit of tape trailing from the wrist of the Cuban there. He can really plant that lead hand. Good left to the body there. Went up top with a combination on the gloves, and then as a gap appeared, maybe just shoved that left hand, stabbed it in. Salgado just seems like he might be slightly the stronger on the inside here. LIJESEVIC, though, does well there, manages to turn him onto the ropes, looks for the uppercut. Forced it through, looking for the left uppercut as well. Salgado leaning in. And this is a real battle. Left to the body again there from Salgado. Just forehead to forehead here. They're looking for these minute gaps. Right hand there from Salgado as he just stepped back and found a touch of space for himself. LIJESEVIC, though, again looking for the uppercut. Salgado punching to the body, and this is real grueling, attritional stuff. You don't see too many international amateur fights like this. You see more these days than you used to. You never used to see a fight like this. There's that left hand again there. They're just taking the fractions, millimetres, centimetres they need really, just to get a bit of leverage in. LIJESEVIC just sets his feet. Gives himself a little bit of an opportunity to rotate, but just, again, swapping punches on the inside. A couple of uppercuts there from LIJESEVIC. Salgado just trying to get over the top with that right hand, climbing into a left. And you could throw a blanket over them, and you could have done for the whole round so far into the final minute. Right to the body. Uppercut again there from LIJESEVIC. They're both finding their gaps. They're both having success here. I don't really know how you pick a winner in this one so far, this round. Uppercut there again from LIJESEVIC. That's worked well for him. Salgado looked for it there, just tucking up the Cuban, finding his left to the body, then shipping an uppercut again. And then LIJESEVIC just giving himself a touch of room. Salgado does the same. Big right hands. The uppercut from LIJESEVIC didn't get through that time. Final few seconds. What a terrific round this has been. Great skill shown by these two. Great skill just to use that fractional movement to try and find those shots. And well, good luck scoring that. I'm not sure where you go with that. Maybe the uppercuts from LIJESEVIC were slightly more impressive than the lefts to the body from Salgado. Maybe there were a few more of them, but that was some classy stuff. Split scores, and I'm not surprised. 3 for LIJESEVIC, 2 for Salgado. And it was like that right from the start of the round. Nobody wanted to step off and give any quarter. That was what he looked for, LIJESEVIC, was that uppercut. as often as he could. Salgado mostly was employing that left to the body. That was one of the rare occasions where some daylight appeared between them.
Round 2.
So into the second. Lijesevic in the red, Salgado in the blue. Lijesevic in Montenegro, Salgado with Cuba. He's got that jab, Salgado. So he would be keener, I think, to keep this at distance than Lijesevic would. Lijesevic keen to get onto the inside, just bobbing and weaving there. Salgado with a little half step back though, and again finds him to the body, went up to the head. Didn't miss by much with the uppercut there, the Cuban either. That might have been a bit low. Lijesevic isn't quite able to get in as tight yet as he was in the opening round. A good lead left hand there from Salgado. He needs to keep using that jab. That suits him more. I know close in, he would fancy it too, but the further out it is, the better it is for him. A couple of left hands to the body there, and then a couple of right hands from Salgado to the head as well. But then Lijesevic just looks to try and get to work on the inside himself, and we're back to where we were in the first round. Salgado, though, does take that step off, and I think he's right to. Lijesevic will just keep marauding forward, looking to try and shut down that space again and get onto the shoulder. He's determined to have the fight there. Salgado with the jab. There's a good left hand in there from Lijesevic. Short right hand from Salgado. I think I saw the reaction of the head, at least anyway. Seemed to shudder of Lijesevic. It's the final minute of round 2. Not quite as much on these digs on the inside as there was in the opening round. Left to the body there from Salgado. That's completely understandable. Lijesevic looking for the uppercut, but Salgado comes back with the right hand. The uppercuts for Lijesevic haven't got through as much as they did in the first round. Nice left hand there from Salgado. Again, Lijesevic looks for that right up the centre. Salgado with a right to the body. The uppercut there just about gets through for Lijesevic. It's a bit late now to be telling them to keep their heads up. They've been forehead to forehead for the last 5 minutes. And bell goes. Well, this is some fight. This is some fight. Again, scoring-wise. Salgado did some decent work when it was on the outside, but Lijesevic is the one who's trying to take it up close, and he's just edged that second, so this is set up nicely. Lijesevic with a 2-point margin on one card, but the other 4 are all level. So Lijesevic needs 2 out of those 4 to go his way in the final round. Salgado needs 3 of them. We've seen a few of these today. As you do at quarter-final stage, it is all to go for. Salgado is more capable of just keeping this a distance and using that jab, but Lijesevic is absolutely determined just to drag him into the trenches.
Third round.
So into the third and final round. Remember, Lijesevic with a 2-point lead on one card, the other 4 level. Salgado with a nice combination there. Looking for some body work. Left hand up top there from Lijesevic. Just backed up to the ropes there, Salgado. The longer he can keep some daylight between himself and Lijesevic, the better it'll be for him. Right hand to the side of the head there for Salgado. He should dig his toes in here, the Cuban, and really put some pop on these shots and try and just keep Lijesevic from walking him down and walking in on him, because that's where the Montenegrin wants to be, right here. Right hand from LIJESEVIC. Salgado on the ropes, just trying to counter-punch off the ropes. Referee saying to LIJESEVIC that that was maybe a little bit low. You do get a few low blows when you're right up close like that. A minute gone in round 3. This is such a hard fight. Physically so hard. Not much on those punches there from Salgado, and a left hand on the inside from Salgado, and again there LIJESEVIC looking for that uppercut once more, just about got through, and they haven't got that much left, these two. You can see that with 90 seconds remaining left to the body from LIJESEVIC. Just a case here, I think, really, of who can dig deeper in the conclusion to this fight and put just that little bit more on their punches. Salgado manages to open up a touch of space there. He needs 3 of these 4 even cards to get through. There's no clear winner in this round at the moment. Absolutely not, I don't think. I thought for a second there that the thumb was going to go up from the referee and she was going to take a point. I wasn't sure what I thought it was going to be for, but just from looking at her right hand, I thought that was about to happen. Thankfully not. And again, they just pummel away at each other on the inside. LIJESEVIC trying to find that left hand, does find the right hand. Salgado just trading with his right. LIJESEVIC is dipping low at the waist, rolling away to his right-hand side. 30 seconds. Who could just summon up a bit more energy now and maybe just squeeze a couple of quality punches through. Right hand there from Salgado, goes to the body. And right hand again, LIJESEVIC just opens up a touch of space and looks for his right. 10 seconds. Leaning in again here, Salgado. LIJESEVIC trying to find just that microcosm of space on the ropes. Bell goes at the end of the round, and I'll just remind you of the scenario and embrace between the two, because they shared something there. That was gritty, grueling, quite brutal stuff at times, and LIJESEVIC was 2 points up on 1 card going into that final round, so he needs 2 of those other 4 that were level going into the 3rd round. Salgado needs 3 out of those 4, and anything is possible here. That was a very close round, as they all have been. On balance, as it was so close, you'd say, by the law of probability, if you like, that it's not that likely Salgado will get 3 out of 4, but I'm grasping at straws there, really. Anything could happen here.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this bout, we invite point with split decision from the red corner, Petar LIJESEVIC.
LIJESEVIC gets it, and it's 3-2. It's 3-2. So those 4 cards that I was talking about, they've been shared 2 apiece. LIJESEVIC had the 2-point lead from the other one going into the final round, and again, we've seen a few of these today. That is as close as it gets. It was a great fight to watch. As I said, the kind of fight that in days gone by you would never have seen in an amateur ring. You would just